mentioned work, you mentioned jobs. So why don't we move into workplace? Because it's changing. The future of work is not going to be what we thought 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, right? Where do you think AI is helping already?
So everywhere, it's hard to nail down on one point, but I don't know. And for example, when it comes to the restaurant industry, there's even robots that can cook food. And there's people who are skeptical. Well, I want a chef who's more of like an artist to be preparing my food. And while the chef can still be involved and have the expertise over what the robot might be cooking, the robot has the expertise over the temperature of whatever it's making. So if you're making something that's really hard, maybe in a bakery situation, they might have an advantage to maybe the chef themselves. It's less about replacing people, and it's more about working side by side and using these tools like um, just something to boost our own abilities and our own intelligence, or our own uh, just automating, taking away tasks that they do better than us. Machines can do things that are really hard for humans, like multiply, 10-digit numbers by other 10-digit numbers in seconds or 1 second, which is really hard for me to do. But they struggle with the things that we find kind of easy, maybe to differentiate, I don't know, a dog and a cat if it's not been trained to do that. Right now, we're at a place where AI is good at one thing, but we haven't gotten to a place where they're general. But when it comes to work, we're just using them as a tool. The workplace is going to shift a lot. The environment needs to shift a lot. I imagine it's kind of similar to maybe when the internet came out and people started using computers. Certain jobs went away, but that doesn't mean that there won't be more jobs created as a result of AI. In fact, in the metaverse, they're literally hiring people in the metaverse to show up to stores in the metaverse, just to be there. So you can get paid per hour to like be at a store in the metaverse. The point being is there's going to be, where there are gaps that are created, there will be opportunities that are very critical to fill. It's just a matter of adapting to the change.
Absolutely. And we're people, we don't like change. I mean, some of us, we kind of like the way things are in many ways. I'm not speaking for everyone, but just to take the best human side of us, right? The creativity, the ingenuity, empathy and emotions, okay? With all the advanced experiments we see out there with robots reacting almost like humans, right? They're not only dancing, they seem to be compassionate. They are more and more learning our behavior. And yet, you're absolutely right. There's so many people needed to teach those robots, because for some
Right.
people it's still a big mystery. So can we demystify a little bit that AI is not just good or evil out there? This is a tech that we have to work so hard to make it useful. So what are your comments on that? Again, where is in this world yeah humans with robots?
Right. So that's like kind of what makes me laugh. I mean, we're so far away from AI thinking like humans. We're kind of on the first phase of our AI journey, where we can train AI to be really good at chess, but just because it's really good at chess, it doesn't mean it knows anything else. And it's not that it knows it naturally and can think for itself at this point. And I think we're very far from that it happening anytime soon. But yeah, it's just like a calculator. A calculator has a lot of algorithms already, programmed into it. So you're using programs. It's all math. It's not a human. It's not thinking for itself. It's just math at this point in time. Um, so yeah, I guess just thinking about it, as something that can train itself on data and forecast solutions. I think one major um, maybe one thing that would be important for us to be cognizant about is, when we are training any type of AI, especially when it comes to potential consequences, maybe on a social or cultural level, it's important that we are cognizant of our biases or anything that's negative that could be learned from humans, because we also have, some negative qualities. So But no, it's just math. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's just going to learn from whatever we teach it. So we have the control still.